Evening YouTube, this is Brain21. I'm bringing you a Kingdom Hearts trading card game video. This is just kind of a fun one. I like to call this one Power Promos. This is not actually a promo. This is a card from a Japanese set. Character's name is Yensid. Nice and proud of this card. Hard to find. Really enjoy it. So just wanted to show that off for a minute. I think I'm going to have to slide them off screen here. So to start with, I wanted to throw out some of the Disney princesses. Now these were promotional cards that were only given away at events or at the very end of the game's life. You could actually write into to Fantasy Flight Games and get copies of these. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting in here, I'm sorry, but these are foil versions of Cinderella, Aurora, Belle, and Snow White. I actually have a bunch of these, so if anybody's looking for these for trades, I'd be happy to provide you with that. But if you look at each one of these, Snow White says, while you have 7 or more friend cards in your friend area, your HP cannot go below 1. So if you get essentially 7 dwarves out there with her, you can't die. Kind of cool, but really hard to pull off. All these princesses, by the way, are kind of like this, where they're fun cards to play, neat artwork, but they're not very competitive. This is Aurora, where it says Dragon Maleficent cannot be played while any player has 3 or more friend/princess cards in his or her friend area. So these 4. There might be more of these. I'm not sure if I have more someplace else. I'll have to look. But anyway, so if you're a fan of Aurora. And then there's Belle. Belle is actually probably the most playable of these, where it says that when she's in your friend card area, you can play beast cards of any level. And if you know the beast card and the fact that it helps you bounce Heartless from the game, pretty cool. Last one on here is Cinderella, again foil. It says discard 4 or more friend princess cards from your friend area to choose End of the World card from your deck and reveal it. Place it in your hand and shuffle your deck. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea what they were thinking when they came up with that. I'm sure it was probably a card from a set that should have been, printed but never was. Not really sure. Anyway, then I have some other fun ones here. So I'll start with the player cards. And again, all of these I have lots of copies of. So if people are interested in trading for these, let me know. This is Halloween Town Sora. This is the most ballsy of the Sora characters in the game, where he has 7 attack up front, magic of 1, but he only has HP of 3. So you better be careful with this card. You got to beef him up pretty quick health-wise, otherwise you're susceptible. This is a Riku level 2. 6 attack, 0 magic, but 7 HP. One of the better Riku cards. Again, it's a promo. And then we've got what's called Flag Sora. And this one's actually pretty cool in challenge-based decks. It says if you're challenged by your opponent, this card gets +4 attack value. I actually like to run this in some of my World Racer decks. It just depends. That way it sort of protects you from being able to, to get attacked very easily by someone going aggro. When you look at these other two, what's interesting is Flag Sora provides you defense, and then Halloween Town and Riku are all about offense. So. And again, anybody looking for those, let me know. I'm a big fan of chasing down Japanese cards. If anybody has those, feel free to hit me up. I'll make sure to put my email in the description. Next we have a couple of friend cards. I really like these for a couple of reasons. One, Sid is just super playable. He's probably the best promo card that was ever released for this game. Basically it says you may discard this card from your friend area, and if you do so, discard any number of cards from your hand and then draw that number of cards. So you play them down if you don't use them, or if you want to just ditch them right away. You can basically recycle cards from your hand, throw them in the discard pile, and then you can draw new ones. It's great because in this game you eventually get to recycle your discard pile, so very cool. Tigger is great on a whole different level because he's ridiculous, and if you force your friends to play him, it can be a lot of fun. He starts with 4 attack and no magic, but what's great is when he hits the table, if you get up and down, if you get up out of your chair, jump around in a circle and say ooh, 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 and try to sound like Tigger, he turns to a power 8, and he's a level 1 friend. Pretty sweet, although you do have to be willing to sacrifice your dignity, so your choice. And then last but not least, for the friends, we've got Magic Friends cards. So we've got Simba, level 1, 6 attack, and then when he hits the field, you can choose to discard a friend or Magic Friend card. Each player must choose and discard. So this is great for bouncing. Let's say if somebody has, a card on their side of the field, it's going to be a pain, and they only have that one card, say Alice or something like that. This doesn't work on Cloud and Sephiroth, just FYI. But for other cards that aren't protected by effects, this is a pretty good one to play. And 6 attack for a level 1 is not bad for support. Tinkerbell level 1 gives you 0/0, so that's great. But the cool thing here is she gives you 2 HP, which is normally the HP that you get from the level 2 Tinkerbell, but you can play as level 1. Kind of cool, except that you can only play one promo per deck. So if this is going to be your promo, you can only run one of her. Not sure how helpful that'll be, but you never know. So again, everything you see here, lots of stuff for trades. And then probably my favorite out of all of them, it's just called the event card. So this has really cool artwork and says when this event is played, both players lose 1 HP. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but in an aggro deck, it's awesome. Even in a World Racer deck, it can mess with your opponent a little bit, although honestly I wish they had printed one of the Japanese versions where you actually get to gain HP instead of lose HP. So for the English version of the game, this ends up being in a lot of different aggro decks. So yeah, like I said, all kinds of good stuff here. These are just some of the fun promos that I have. I got my hands on quite a few of these. I know some of these are pretty hard to find. Some people didn't even realize that there are these promos available. So again, if anybody's interested, feel free to shoot me an email. And of course, just because, you know, it's fun to look at, I've got this Yen Sid. The one thing I love about the Japanese cards is you can see the crazy foil design. So anyway, I'll be coming at you with more videos. I've got an Axel deck review that'll be coming up. And then I'd also like to do a video entitled, I think it's something like combos or favorite combo, something like that, just showing you cards that combine well together during the game and are pretty powerful. All right, so tune in again next time, YouTube, and I'll see you guys later.